It's Weird Wednesday, brother.
It is Weird Wednesday. But
You.
go on about No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky?
Unless
Yeah,
you're
I've been playing
unless
some
you're
No
ready to
Man's
hop in.
Sky. I've been playing the shit out of No Man's Sky lately, internet viewers, all of our loyal fans and followers. And it's fucking awesome. If Minecraft is chess or is checkers on one world, the No Man's Sky is chess in the fucking universe. So it's amazing. I mean, it's way more complex than
Oh
Minecraft.
shit.
But the cool thing is, you could key in on one aspect of it, and you could just build a fucking base and have fun with that. You could just fly around and check out planets. So you could get into there's PvP that I haven't even done, and there's like combo missions that you can do, and there's
God,
all different kind of shit.
that could be
All
fun. I haven't done some good PvP shit in so long. And I've had the itch lately. Like I almost reinstalled Overwatch the other day. Just because I want a shooty game where I get good and I go up against other people who have gotten good.
that's what I do. Rocket League. That's me, right? It's not PvP, but it's competition. You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually good at
Same
Rocket
shit.
League,
Same shit.
but none of those FPS. Yeah, it's like when you actually know you're good at something.
Yeah.
But I'm not consistent. I'll
When
kick ass, and then the next game I'll be trash.
the greatest feeling I ever had playing Overwatch was we had a
I called
really
you a bot.
someone called me a
Somebody called
bot.
you a bot.
Someone said I was a hacker, and they were claiming they'd seen me on some kind of website that keeps track of those motherfuckers. Like, we know
Oh, that's
you.
funny as
I've seen
shit.
you, Mortis. I know what you do. I was like, man, you obviously haven't, because I hate me.
Funny as shit. That's a great compliment. But thank you for a
Oh
bot.
yeah, I rode that high for a while, man.
Hell yeah. I haven't been called a bot in Rocket League, but I've been on some tears before where I've scored like 5 goals in a game and people are just like, holy shit. And then the next game again, I'll be trash.
One game, me and Angel were playing. We did a cheese tactic. It's not cheese anymore because there's tactics against it. But if you're not great, you can't really beat it. And we had the other team on lockdown so bad.
You camping?
One of them, we didn't camp. We had like, there's a character called Reinhardt who has a shield that's really hard to get rid of, and there's another character called Bastion who's basically a turret. And then there's another character called Mercy that does heals. So you partner those three together, and you're just shooting a turret through a shield
healer?
and then heal. Yeah. The trick is you can sneak behind their lines with a sneaky character like Sombra and break that whole thing down. But if you're not
Take
smart
the healer
enough,
out.
yeah, if you're not smart enough to do that though, they can't do shit. So we had them locked
Wow.
on this corner of the map, and they couldn't make the first objective. Some dude went in chat and just said, "Please let us have fun with our game."
Oh
It's
god.
like, oh man, I'm so sorry.
Y'all are just bullying them.
So bad.
Y'all are bullying
So
them. That's
bad.
mean, dude. You one of those fucking guys. Damn it, Chris.
They just had to get good. We only knew we could do that because we'd been up against it. You know what I mean?
Speaking of the shield, in No Man's Sky, it's interesting. Like they have these sentinels that patrol the planets, and they actually have different versions of them in different waves. And those motherfuckers will heal each other. They'll have one flying, and they'll put shields up and shit, and they'll do exactly what you just said. They'll pop up a shield. There'll be another one healing them. If you start attacking the one healing, the other one will start healing that one and shit. So yeah, I mean,
That's fucked.
and then each wave gets crazy, and then there's boss at the end of the waves. So it's wild. And then if you fly up into space, they call in the Sentinel ships, and then they call in a fucking like Sentinel destroyer massive ship. It's crazy, dude. Yeah, it's a really cool game. Well, we're here though.
We ready? We
Not
ready to do some Weird Wednesday? And once again, I remind anyone who's watching, Weird Wednesday is where I come to the table as a DM with no plans whatsoever of what I'm going to be running, and Corey comes to the table as a player with no idea what he's going to be playing or what world he's going to be in. We generate a random genre, and then Corey has a tool for generating a random character, and we pop in, and it's just emergent world creation, emergent storytelling right off the bit. It also serves to test our system coming out soon, because we want to do all the beta testing before we release it, obviously. So it gives us a good chance to try random powers we otherwise wouldn't pick, to do random builds we otherwise wouldn't do. So
I love it, and we've had a lot of fun with this, and hopefully people will watch and enjoy. So I don't look at it though as that we don't have a plan. We don't have a script. We don't know what we're doing, but we do have a plan. It's to randomize everything.
yes, It's to
The plan
it's to
we have
randomize
randomized.
and be on our feet.
Yeah.
We come with an
So that's
energy.
the plan. The plan is to randomize what we're gonna do tonight. But Chris is absolutely right. We don't have. I don't know where I'm gonna be, or who I'm gonna be, or what I'm gonna be, or why I'm gonna be, or how I'm gonna be, or any of that shit. So you gonna start us off, brother?
Yes, as usual, we will start with a random genre, and that is going to be Kung Fu drama.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds fun as fuck.
That's going to be outside my comfort zone. That's going to be fun. I don't think I've ever done something like that. All right.
That is gonna be fun.
So kung fu drama. Now, our last game was sci-fi. Our game before that was real fantasy. So let's stick this one to modern day, if that's okay with you,
Modern kung
player
fu?
Corey.
What about classic kung fu? What about like the classic kung fu movie style kung fu? Is that what we're
Okay,
going for?
we can do
Or
that.
are you going
We
for
can
like
do
Ip Man, like a modern kung fu drama movie?
we can do something closer to like what are you thinking like Drunken
36
Master
chambers? Like
or
36
or
chambers
36
action,
chambers.
like
We
shit
can
like that.
we can do that, but you'll have to be careful with me on any kind of anachronisms because I am not keen on that time in history.
So it's not fantasy, it's more
we
like
know the
medieval.
fill.
Think like
Yeah.
Shogun medieval style, yeah. Although I read something, you might have seen this meme that there's a time in history where a samurai could have faxed Abraham Lincoln.
No shit.
Apparently, all those existed at the same time. Apparently,
That's
so
wild.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
a facts I would
shit's
like to
changed.
read.
Or maybe telegrams. Maybe they could have like,
Telegram makes more sense to me.
yeah, yeah, like
Those things always surprise me. Like I think we're closer to Cleopatra, or Cleopatra is closer to the woolly mammoth than we are to Cleopatra.
yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Some crazy
That's
shit like
cool.
that.
Yeah, it seems long to us too, but it's so short. In the scheme of things, it's crazy.
Yeah,
So we're doing a kung fu drama, and there's a second parameter, correct?
that is the two parameters. The first one was drama. The second was kung fu.
Oh, but we had like I was hunted for crimes. We had another parameter, right?
Oh
Like
yeah, like a plot. That's right. We had a seed. You're right. Thank you for reminding me.
a story starter.
Let's see which one we want to use. We've decided to do. I guess we'll stick with. I'm gonna go with modern because it's not specifically a kung fu related one, and we'll just tool it to match our need.
Unless there's a medieval one or something.
There's a
But yeah, we already
there's
did.
a fantasy one, but I think that's gonna be too close to.
Nah,
Yeah.
not really fantasy. Doesn't really. It's more almost supernatural. Like if you watch, like I don't know if you realize this, brother, but we're hitting on something I love. I like own a bunch of classic kung fu movies, and that's my shit. I watch them with my dad. Chris and I have the same mom, different dads. Both our dads are great though. So this is my shit right here. What is my character gonna be dealing?
Oh, this might work out too well. The monarch of a tiny, almost unknown European country is funding heist of jewels and large amounts of cash in rare antiquities all over the world. So I'm thinking maybe some Western monarch has sent agents into maybe your dojo temple where you might be training and has maybe stolen away with something. Um,
Okay.
maybe you're sent to track that back down, but we'll go ahead and probably keep the action in a ambiguous Eastern Asian
This is
kind of
perfect
setting.
because that's exactly what the fucking British did.
Oh yeah,
That when you go, the joke is everything in the British Museum, nothing's from Britain. It's all shit they just stole from other countries they colonized. So yeah, this
Okay.
is absolutely perfect. So some fucking white motherfuckers have come up into my country, some colonizers, and they come up and snuck and stole some shit that's important to my dojo. So let's roll my character before I get any farther into figuring any shit out here, because then the character's going to inform a
Oh
lot.
yeah. Usually during your character creation, we start filling in a lot of the holes from this Swiss cheese genre and adventure seed.
Yeah, so I've streamlined this process. By the way, I just want to put on record, it's almost a quarter after already. So we don't want to factor that into how long it takes to create the character here.
Yeah.
When we look, but I've streamlined the process and I'm doing some things logistically to make it faster, and I've pared it down a little bit. So the way this starts out, are you ready for me to do my character?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Edge of my seat.
A Sweirdo is born. That's how we start every time. I'm going to roll for gender. So far, I've played 3 ladies. We're all fun. 2 ladies that were all fun.
And as a heads up, we have agreed beforehand that we will allow re-rolls if we get the same result too many times or too often. So I meant to tell that to you earlier, Corey. If you do end up getting a lady again, you're welcome to re-roll that option.
I'll just go with it's a lady again. I'm not worried about it. It'll be a cool chick.
Jeez.
A cool chick. So I know it's even every time, which is actually good, because otherwise I would just play a dude every time. Every one of my PCs has been a guy in the past.
The vast majority of mine are. I've played a woman a few times.
I don't mind playing a lady. It doesn't really affect. It doesn't.
Me neither.
Of course, doesn't bother me.
It's flavor more than anything else.
Just a part of their character. It's just one aspect of their personality, right? You don't have to be like, "Hey, boys," or some stupid shit like that. All right. 22. All right. So first initial. So her name, first initial, is going to be F. All right. And then second initial is going to be L. We already had an F before. We had Fiona. So her name is going to, oh no, that was the second one. It was Queen Fiona. UF.
Yeah, Queen Fiona was from last week, where you were solving a cyber terrorism attack. And then it was Rain Cloud the week before that.
Her name is Ogatu. Lazuli. I don't know where Fugatu came from, but it sounds like a good samurai name.
It does. Is that what you're gonna be? Are you going for samurai? Is that what you're feeling right now?
I'm a samurai. I'm like, so if it's kung fu, I want to be like a monk chick who is trained in the martial arts and the kung fu and Shaolin style.
Dope.
Yeah. So Ogatu Lazuli, probably will go by Lazuli. I'll post that for you. Are we live? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not watching.
We're live.
I knew we were.
We better be.
I'm not watching us, so I need to pop it up so I can post stuff in there. It's FOGAT. I'll post it in there once my computer lets me get over there. All right. Her name is Fogatu Lazuli, and she is a superhuman of. It's either going to be cosmic, mutant, mystic, or science. I'm going to roll a D4. Rolling my beautiful gold dice. I know it's hard to see. Can't really see it. Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, let the light shine off of it.
Mutant. She's mutant. So her powers are coming from her DNA. She's not. She's of this world. Of whatever Earth. What is this? Kung Fu Earth? So it's Earth K?
Okay.
We need to keep track of that, man, honestly, because we need to start building out and make sure we got notes on all that shit. Because this is all part of our multiverse. You know, Super Weird's in a multiverse for anybody who's watching and wants to know. And each of our realities is a different Earth. Our main campaign on Sundays is Earth S, Super Earth.
And we decided the cyberpunk Earth is Earth O for Overworld, right?
The one where we're gonna have the chirp have happened,
The one
or the
where
chirp,
yeah,
where the
well,
chirp have.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, Earth O, yeah, for that. So that's a good note. And then we'll do last week.
That was last week. The week before that was Rain Cloud.
We were in the same, we were in that same world last week. That was cool to revisit that
Yeah.
reality. I'm glad we canonized that. That's really cool. The thing with Rain Cloud, what did we decide we were gonna do for that one? Did we
I
decide? Did
mean,
we give a designation?
that could have been a whole other planet in Earth S or in Universe S. Um,
Yeah,
or we could
yeah,
make a fantasy universe.
yeah. We don't have to hammer it down. If we do another Earth, though, then we definitely want to hammer it down. So, like we're doing here, this could be in the past of Earth S, or it could be on a different Earth. So, however we want to spin it. All right. So, her name is Bogatu Lazuli. She's a superhuman of mutant origin. Her rank, we have 5 ranks. Super weird. I'm gonna roll d10 and half it. So, rank 4. Rank 4. Now I'm gonna have 5 features. All right, and it's time to roll for those 5 power features.
It's gonna be rough.
She's gonna be a badass, dude. I hope she gets like martial artist. Give me
It's,
like a forearm martial artist, like totally badass.
it's gonna be a bunch of weird non kung fu related.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Or that's the other option there. Man, I'm gonna be happy once we have a physical, super weird core rulebook that I can just pop open instead of waiting for the screen to load over here.
And
Because I
sheet,
do have a lot of tabs going.
interactive PC sheet will be super helpful too.
Interactive PC sheet, although the sheet's so simple, even the one I have now doesn't take 2 minutes to fill out once you got everything. But yeah, it'd be nice to have drop downs and then shit where you can like pick your powers and just fucking put them in there instead of
Yeah,
having copy paste and shit like that. For sure.
exactly.
All right. All right. Powers. Ooh, I want to do something fun. I'm rolling a gold and a green die. So if the gold one's higher, it's going to be feature 1. If the green one's higher, it's going to be feature 2. That way it's all built in one roll. So I got a 74. So it's going to be feature 1 of Shadow Welder. Oh, hell yeah. That's already being kung fu right there, bro. I'm a shrouded traveler. Oh, shit. Woo! We can just stop there. I'll go fuck these people up coming out of the shadows. Although, and super weird, lots of times, not just the PCs with powers, but whoever you're fucking with and whatever else you're doing. All right. 53. Gonna be the first feature. Linguist. Okay, cool. I can speak and understand all spoken language. I can silence creatures. Delete a chosen word from the vocabulary of a creature, or swap words in a vocabulary. I can make them like have yes mean no. Like when they say yes, they actually say no. Oh, I'm gonna fuck with you as a GM on this one, brother. Do you need me to post these into the Twitch, or I'm putting them on my character sheet if you just want me to give you my character sheet?
Keep them on your character sheet.
My character.
I'm writing them down for my reference. As you're rolling
Okay.
them.
So my character sheet's in our shared folder. I made an extra one. There's PCs, weird PCs, and then there's a weird Wednesday folder. All right. Next up. 69. Going to be the second feature. 69 is psychedelic, by the way. I didn't intentionally try to make a sexy one for 69, but I might do that when I revise the core rule book. I might rename one of them. That'd be 69 so it matches up. Psychedelic's pretty cool, though. All right. So it's going to be the second one. So it's going to be Weird Trip. Oh, this is perfect for a monk. Yeah, this is meditation. Enter an uplifting psychedelic state. Holy shit. This is straight up monk shit. For one, with a 4-round action, it bolsters, gives me happy vision, recovers my middle point, immunity, middle point damage, and I automatically get a good weird on my next roll. Wow. It's once per short rest. Shit. Yeah, lots of times feature number 2 is pretty OP, but it's controlled by either a short rest or a long rest. So it's like once a day you can do something really fucking extra cool. Almost like you're in a comic book. All right. Power 4. 66. And they're both the same, so it's not gonna work for I guess that means I'll get both of them. I'll get both of them. That is my last two. So my next 2 are pheromonal, 1 and 2. I can create a mood shroud to either lighten or darken the mood, and I can disperse a cloud of pheromones that either lightens or darkens the mood. So not only do I have shadows surrounding me, brother, but I also have a mood shroud surrounding me at all times. And it changes and it lightens and darkens, and I can make it either positive or mentally taxing. And then I can create those clouds outside of myself. So I'm walking around and I can summon shadows, and I've got these pheromones around me. So I'm gonna play it as the pheromones are what kind of create that shadow shroud.
I
So
like that.
my
That tracks really well with
yeah,
a weird trip too, and the being able to befuddle people's speech.
they all fucking perfectly fit together somehow. So my mutation, so she was born with the mutation of having these mutated pheromones that create and can alter people around her, but also are visible and physical. They're actually a shroud, a visible shroud around her. Changes with her mood. She's had to learn to control it. That's why she came to the monastery. She had to learn to control her emotions and moods to be able to control her powers. So that's what we're going to say. All right. So we've got our 5 powers. Wow. All right. So she's a mutant, rank 4, with all 5 of those powers. She is all right. So I have 6 parameters for physical and 6 for personality. By the way, it's to me it feels fine that we're spending good time creating these characters because it not only helps us for the session, but then we've got these characters out here that we'll use as NPCs and shit later on. 2. Oh, I'm supposed to be rolling a d6. D10. All right, so I'm going to do Constitution, Dexterity, Strength. And in fact, one thing I've done to help us with this is I'm not going to be having to look back and forth as much. All right, once it loads. So, ooh, I rolled a 9 for Constitution. Hell yeah. Finally. Prime Constitution. 10 is the best. Dexterity, man, she shouldn't be slow. She's kind of mid dex. Strength, mid strength. So she's got kind of mid to low dex. I rolled a 3 for that, and then I rolled a 4 for strength. She's got really good con. See how old she is. She's young. I figured she sounded like she was young to me. I rolled a 3 on 1 to 10, so she's, probably in her mid 20s, early 20s. With that roll. Weight and height. See if she's larger or small. Oh, right in the middle. 5. So, you know, 5 for her, 5'8", 140, something reasonable. Mid size, and then I do have skin color on here. That's more relevant when we do like alien races and stuff. So she's got a dark complexion. So let's call her purple. We already had a purple, no, blue, because she's Lapis. She's got dark blue skin.
You mean
She's
Lazuli?
she's Lazuli. She's Lapis Lazuli. So that's blue. All right, that's it for physical. Now I've got 6 parameters for personality: to charisma, intelligence, wisdom. 5 charisma, so right in the middle. 5 intelligence. 2 wisdom. So she is mid charisma, mid intelligence, mid to low wisdom. Alignment, order to chaos, and then compassion. And that's really the last 2 for this section. So I got a 5, so she's mid alignment, so she's neutral. And then I got a 10 for compassion. Oh shit. She's extremely selfish. What kind of family does she come from? Gonna be a 1 to a 10 here. Comes from a mid wholesome family. All right, couple more to go. Virtue and vice. Those are 6s. She's very disciplined as her virtue. Gee, a disciplined monk chick. Sometimes the dice just fucking vibe with you, huh? And then her vice is that she is very envious or jealous. Probably of the other monks and their higher level of attainment and achievement. All right. Knowledge areas. Do knowledge and skills, determine mind and body, lifestyle rank, items, and then that'll be it. Okay, it's been 15 minutes, so we're good on time.
And this is great because I'm making a quick reference sheet right now for some of the powers and features that I think will be helpful for some of your enemies. Because we've done 2 sessions, or the last 2 games have been pretty RP focused. So I wanted to do some more combat on this one, which is perfect with the Kung Fu dramas.
Hell yeah. You stole what was rightfully ours. You must return it. All right, so I've got my knowledge tables. I'm going to roll. There are 20 knowledges and 20 skills. Now, it feels excessive to me since she's ranked 5 to sit here and roll 6 fucking on each one, so we're not going to do that. Let's narrow it down. I feel like for a one shot or a short shot, the 2 knowledge areas and 2 skill areas is probably pretty good. Oh, I rolled the wrong die. D20. Got to pull out the twinner. Weaponry? Huh. Dice. Are you listening to us, Dice? She has knowledge in weaponry and government. I'm going to say this is the ecclesiastical government of her actual monastery. She knows who's in charge and who does what, and how people get advanced and things like that. All right, skills. Oh, there it is. For 1 and number 7, acrobatics and athletics. Aha. So I'm gonna play off her like mid-low dex as being she's like awkward when she's not locked in. Like she drops stuff and knocks stuff over and shit, so she's kind of an awkward chick. But then when she locks in, she's got that acrobatics and athletic skill that jumps out. And then 7 was crafting. I get to decide what she crafts. Trying to think about that for a second. It's going to go with whatever her prized item is. All right, so let's give her so she's rank 4, so she'll have 5 points to allocate. Body 3, mind 2. Lifestyle rank is, we don't roll for that. She's a monk. She's going to be a lifestyle rank 1. They're not going to be extravagant. They're not going to have a bunch of cash or anything. I mean, I don't know. I guess there could be some shady monk outfits or some capitalistic monk outfits, but it doesn't really fit. What do you think, brother? Should I roll for her rank or just make it 1, her lifestyle rank?
I would just make it 1 the way it's going with this. Although maybe she had a lifestyle before she joined
Let's call it. Let me
the
roll. See what the
monastery.
dice say. See what the dice say. Moderate. Let's just call it moderate, which makes more sense. You wouldn't really be poor as a monk. You'd be more moderate. So she'll have 200 cash. All right, prized possession. So she's a crafter. I think that her prize item is a carving dagger. She actually crafts weapons because she has knowledge in weaponry. So that's exactly what it is. So basically, she is skilled in crafting wooden weapons, like bows, staffs, uh, and she's like a master at that. All right, so that's her prized possession, is her wood carving dagger. All right, now I'm going to roll for what her melee and ranged weapons are. You know, that's another one I won't roll for because I'm just going to give her nunchucks. And shuriken. Although she's a woodcrafter, so let's do nunchucks and let's do like sai for her ranged weapon. What do you call those short daggers that you throw? Those little ones, those darts.
The kunai.
Yeah, kunai. Thank you. Oh man, I've watched plenty of fucking Naruto. I don't know how I could have forgotten that. All right, brother, I'm done. What are we looking at time? 20 minutes. We cut it in half from last time.
That's good. That's perfect.
It's really good. So let me post the full breakdown. The only thing is that I have, let me move this over here. Just got to put my powers on here and then I'll post the full script and I will read it in dramatic fashion. And then I'll turn it over to you, brother. So, and I'll fill out my character sheet while I already have the powers in there, but I'll fill it out while you're getting us started. All right. Let me add the powers of Shadow Welder, Linguist, Shadow feel like for sure these once we start posting all of these recordings and once we publish the book and people start playing, there'll be there'll be people that will find watching these old streams useful and watching how we build characters and decipher the text or make sense of the text.
The sacred text.
How we interpret. Might be interested in how we interpret. All right. So here we go. I'll post it in Twitch. And I'll do it in 2 chunks since it always breaks it up. All right. A Sweirdo is born. Her name is Fogatu Lazuli. She's a superhuman of mutant origin. PC's rank 4, possesses the powers of Shadow Welder, Linguist, Psychedelic, Pheromonal. She is in prime constitution, has mid to low dex, mid strength, early 20s, mid size, dark complexion, like mid size. She's a fucking SUV. Dark blue skin. Mid charisma, mid intelligence, mid to low wisdom, neutral alignment. Extremely selfish, comes from a mid wholesome family. They're disciplined, but they're also envious and jealous. Knowledge in weaponry and government, skilled in acrobatics, athletics, and crafting. Weaponry crafting, wooden weaponry crafting. Body 3, mind 2, lifestyle rank 2, 200 cash, prize possessions are wood carving dagger. They fight with nunchakas and kunai.
All right. I'm excited. Are you ready for the intro?
I done bent ready.
All right. First thing I want you to do, I want you to roll a d100. This is going to decide the object they stole from your monastery. I have a 100 list of weird treasures for any genre that I think should fit our story here.
40.
40.
40.
Interesting. Okay. So it suggests a bottle of tequila. We're going to say a jar of sake.
Nice.
But within the bottom of this jar is the key to a vault within the monastery that holds a great secret that only the masters of the monastery know. Not too long ago, your monastery was visited by a foreigner named Caitlin Warner. She promoted herself as a traveler of the world, wanting to learn new knowledges, investigate other cultures, and build friendships and lasting community. I want to say, just to add the drama bit to this, you and her became quite close as she built friendships at the monastery. All that changed recently, after spending perhaps years getting to know this woman and getting to know her as a nice woman. The sake jar, the jug of sake, went missing. And it was very clear that she stole it with a gang of rival, I'm going to say cutthroats and brigands, fighters but not well trained, stormed the monastery, and in the chaos they managed to get away with the jar.
Bastard.
You, as one of the few surviving members of that fight, have either tasked yourself or have been tasked with, I'll let you tell me, with tracking down Caitlin and returning the jug to the monastery by whatever means you deem necessary. Where we're gonna start is you have arrived at a small encampment. You're not currently spotted. Trees kind of surround a dip in this valley, almost like a bowl. And there's a trade trail that runs alongside a river at the base of this bowl. Around it, some wooden walls have been constructed to fend off any kind of invaders. But you know currently that Caitlin and her pack of brigands are hiding out here not too far from here, is a port town where you know she'll get away and be lost forever. This would be your final chance to get that jug back. I will leave it up to you. The world is yours. What will you do next as you overlook this? We're gonna put it at midday too, so it's midday. Sun's high in the sky. There's small stacks of smoke coming from this encampment as you realize they're cooking their dinner for the day or their lunch for the day. And you're fresh off of a full night's travel, having arrived fresh on the heels of them putting this encampment together.
So before that, the one thing that we didn't do is figure
Allies?
out my companions. I figure they're probably just the monks. So I don't want to spend any more time on prep. So I'll just let you decide that in the background, who my contacts are on the fly.
We'll just just roll me a d4 plus one like you decided. And what I'll do is I'll use my random Sweirdo generator to get you
Yeah, it's a 4 minus
some
1.
allies. Four minus one. Sorry.
I don't have any with me. It makes sense. I rolled a 1. I'm very selfish, so I'm probably very much. I went to the monastery by choice. I probably like to be by myself,
Okay.
honestly.
Maybe you were warned against chasing after her too. Maybe it was she got us this time. The universe will make things right. No need to chase after this. And true to your true to your self-righteousness in a way, you've decided to go after this jug just to maybe prove your worth, or you tell me whatever reason.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting almost Anakin vibes. I need to prove myself. I don't get the respect that I deserve. I've mastered things that older people have mastered, but they still treat me like lesser. So, with her low wisdom, I'm going to say she really thinks she has it figured all out. She doesn't have the appropriate respect for the elders. So, very heavy Anakin vibes. Because she's a badass and she's got badass skills, but she hasn't developed. She's very disciplined when it comes to like physical, but when it comes to emotions and then being jealousy. So, heavy Anakin vibes here with just not being admitted to the council. So, I'm going to say that, and my knowledge of government fits in here. I'm going to say that there's a hierarchy like the Jedi Council, where they have pulled me in and used me for certain things because I'm the only one that can do certain things. And this is another example of them sending me out as a tool.
Okay.
Maybe I'll learn something. Maybe I'll further prove myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I've made my way to this town where I know this Caitlin figure is. And what was the full name there? Caitlin.
Caitlin Warner.
Okay. And what does she look like? Give me a description, please.
I want to say she's like a natural adventurer, natural traveler. Tall, blonde, shoulder-length hair, but incredibly fit. Um, doesn't take too much time in her appearance. I'm gonna say she's usually when you see her, she's pretty unkempt. Um, but she was about as committed as you were to learning the physical side of the teachings. Probably why you and her got along. Um, she's naturally aggressive. I think it's a good term for it too.
Okay.
I will also say,
Was she
give me a.
traveling with anybody?
She was not when she arrived, but you've learned now that in her time at the monastery, she made contacts within like some local brigands that run the outsides, some thieves, and those who helped her storm the monastery get a hold of the jug, and you know that they're in
Mhm.
this trade post with her, this small trading village. So you do know she has a guard. Um,
Hmm, 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 hmm. Oh, I'm gonna fuck her world up, brother. I'm looking at these powers. Oh,
we'll
I
see.
love this game. Well, that's the plan. That's the plan. Yeah, we will see, won't we? You're like, I don't know, man. I got to roll too.
You gotta have seen this random
So,
weirdo I rolled it up, but yeah.
oh, great. Oh, great. That is gonna be something. Yeah. So I have a plan, and you mentioned that the obvious route for this bitch to take, Caitlin, is to the port town to get her out of here. I know that she's gonna be traveling between this town and that town, so I'm going to get ahead of them, and I'm gonna post up. So this is the way I want to play it out. I'm gonna skirt the town. I'm gonna make my way. Which direction cardinally is gonna be the port
we'll say
town from here?
we'll say northwest to the port.
Okay.
It
So
follows
I was thinking northeast for some reason.
it follows
Uh,
like a winding river up
okay.
to like a bay, and maybe that accesses another river, or
So I'm gonna head to the northwest up the road. Is there one primary route that would be taken? I want to gather some information here. I want to analyze the situation if I can do some situational
let's.
analysis.
I was about to say, let's get a situational awareness check, a check we debuted in our Sunday stream, which is going to be mind and body averaged together to get a basic idea of the situation, both through mind and through physical observation and listening.
So I called it situational analysis, but
Oh,
awareness is
okay.
the same thing. So ooh, it's 16. Oh, a mind and a body. All right, I'll do body first. So it's going to be a 13 body and a 11 mind. So it's going to be like a 12
Oh,
situational
and
analysis.
start with, since you're rank 4, I want you to start with 5 super points.
Okay, I put 4 on there.
Okay.
So that's rank, but I'll put 5.
Yeah, I wanted to give you an extra one. Okay, I'm sorry. What did
All right,
you?
I'd like to re-roll. I'd like to re-roll both those in that case.
Okay.
I used to super points because I want to start out hot if I can. You know,
Yeah, yeah. Hot out the gate.
fuck. Let's see. It went down by 1, so my average is a 10 now.
Okay, 10 average. Um, the road does split at a few locations. Um, to go around various obstacles and maybe even go out to other settlements or nearby area. But you know this area pretty well, and from your vantage point, you know which path she's going to follow. Again, you've known her for a while. So you put it together, she's going to take the quickest path. She's not going to head off the trail to go to another village and rest out another night. She's going to run and not risk anything. So you know that she's going to stick to the right, hug the river the whole way. And were you looking for like a
I
place?
want to pause you for 1
Go
second,
ahead.
brother, and correct myself. It's closer to a 12. I,
I
I
got you.
didn't remember my first numbers, so it's closer to a 12. Okay, so that affects what you're telling me.
It's fine. Not too much of a vast difference. Was your aim looking for like a place where you might be able to get a good jump on them, like an ambush?
Well, not yet. My,
Okay.
my first aim was simply to understand the situation and determine whether there are multiple routes and just find a general starting point for my plan.
Okay.
So, if, for example, it starts off a main road and then forked into multiple roads, then I would plan to hit them before the fork type thing. So, I'm not looking for a specific spot yet. I'm just getting understanding of the situation.
I will say with that knowledge, it does fork multiple times, but you've got a good idea on what path she's going to take the whole way, because you know those forks would be less advantageous to her for a quick escape. Again, that's just based off of how well you know her and how well you know the area. You don't
Right.
feel too solid in that, so I'll leave it up to you. Let's say
Yeah.
there's 2 forks before the village. One fork exists to make a pass by a nearby farming village. Another fork
Okay.
exists so that there is a mountain path and that there is a wetter, kind of slower river path for depending on the season.
Do I have any contacts in? I might be changing my plan here with that information. Do I have any contacts in the port town? Would I have traveled there for any reason, the monastery, to go get supplies or on one of my missions for the monks?
Let's see. Let's do a charisma, quote unquote check. Should
Okay.
be mine, correct?
10. Yeah. I mean, you could be trying to be sexy with your body, and you could do a body check. But right now,
I think it
this
says
isn't mind based.
more like mine. Yeah, just an ally, not
Yeah.
necessarily a yeah.
This is like gathering from or like history or whatever we want to call it. So mine makes sense. So I rolled a 10 minus 2. It's going to be an 8.
All right. I think it's safe to say you know a few people in town. I'm not going to say you have any strong friendships there. Um,
I don't have any strong friendship with anybody.
there you go. But you know a couple of traders. There's times you've had to go to town and escort visitors to the monastery. There's times you had to go there and get supplies for the monastery.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that makes sense.
you know some of the merchants, but I wouldn't say you go drinking with any of them.
So I do recall that there was a visiting monk that I escorted. So I'm going to go to the port town and I'm going to actually make contact with the captain of the ship who transported the monk.
All right. So let's go to the. We'll go ahead and zip you to the port town. Following the trail and moving quick because you know the area better than she does. Obviously, you get to the port town. I'm gonna say a day ahead of her. So this gives you a day to prep what you need to get prepped here. Now let's see. First of all, is that captain here today, or will he arrive tomorrow? Give me a even odd roll.
God's good and super weird, right?
Yep, odd's good and super weird. Odd means he's
Damn
here
it.
today.
Rolled a 4.
So in your asking around, you do realize that Captain, let's call him Wilbur, will not be in until tomorrow. He will
Damn it.
arrive
All right.
early as he usually does, but he's not expected in until the sunrise.
Change of plans again. I'm gonna see if I can get in touch with another one of my contacts, somebody else I might know. For example, I recall that I was sent to this port town to get some, um, what do we want to call them? Fuck, I'm forgetting words that I know. Components that the monks needed for some potion making.
Okay, like
Uh,
reagents and shit, herbs and
Reagents, component.
spices.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was thinking components is the word I was thinking of, but some herbs. So something that we couldn't really gather where we were or get from the other town. So I do know a merchant,
Okay. Um, I will
herbalist.
I will say they're there. They're a local merchant. Um, just on the outskirt of the town, and we'll say it's still early morning. As you approach their dwelling, you see them outside tending to a garden of, let's say, ginseng. Um, as they're just going about their daily business, and they kind of see you walking, they wave over, expecting you to keep walking. Again, you have no friends here, just acquaintances. They go back
As I
down to
walk
tending the
along,
garden.
I do draw attention. Well, before I describe myself fully here in this scene, and as I approach and what I'm doing, I have a question for you, brother.
Yes,
Uh, how odd are purple skinned mutants with pheromone clouds?
that's a good question. I say we've already established that you can go
Oh,
into
a
town.
D10.
Well,
Lower, less, and more.
I don't think we need to. I think we've already set a bit of a logical basis here. You've been allowed in town, visited towns, so obviously you're not kill on sight. Maybe
Right.
people
Yeah.
maybe people are a little scared of you. Um, maybe they see you as almost like like a demon or an ogre. So they tend not to mess with you because they're worried you might be dangerous. So they treat you like a strange dog in a neighborhood, right? Just don't. If they come up to you, pet them. But if they're just walking, don't bother them.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
but I think you still are
Fair.
a rarity. You're probably seen as like the Oni of the region. Um, but
Mm.
not a common sight in this world, I don't think.
Makes sense. I ended up at the monastery. Probably didn't really have a great fit with my community as an outcast. So that does track. So what you see trotting at a not frantic, hurried pace, but at a good, steady pace, is a shrouded figure, wearing what we'll call is black and then embroidered with blue around the edges of her hooded monk's robes that are exposed arms, and her arms are pretty muscular. And she's very fit and walking tall and proud, but it mainly at points you can see her somewhat clearly, but it's mainly like somebody walking in a fog, like a blue fog. And as I'm passing through town and getting near to my destination, this dark blue skinned, shaved headed, just very plain looking young lady in her early 20s, plain looking as though not exceptionally beautiful or ugly or anything, but a very serious look on the face and a very imposing presence, as you said, of people like moving to the other side of the street until I close my eyes for a moment and concentrate. In this shroud of mood altering pheromones that perpetually surrounds me, I trigger the light pheromones. Friendly creatures within the shroud are relaxed and likely to be friendly to the character. I'll post this in chat. I get NP damage resistance and advantage on friendly charisma mind checks. As the people around me that were kind of suspicious and some were starting to move away, they kind of chill and they start kind of looking more like, less like I'm a demon and more like I'm a cool sunset or some kind of natural phenomenon or a bird that they don't usually see that doesn't usually make its way to these parts that's rare. And even the children want to run up to me. You can play however you want to play that, as I am changing from this like almost ominous foreboding presence to a warm kind of inviting curiosity.
As you
And I made my way into the herbalist shop.
as you do that, the herbalist actually moves to the gate and greets you with a bag full of fresh ginseng that they've picked. Pleasure to meet you. Thanks for visiting me today. Ginseng, it's fresh.
Thank you very much. I appreciate this. Tuck it away in my robe. You have always been very kind to me and my monk brothers and sisters.
The monks have done well to protect us. They've been a blessing in the region.
We certainly do our best to maintain the order.
And you do well.
I ask a favor of you now.
Whatever could I offer you?
Do you happen to know any trustworthy ship captains that are currently in harbor?
Absolutely. A gentleman named Alzair, from further east. He's passing through. He is who brings me some of my seeds when I need them. I'll put that.
You know this man.
I trust him with my life. He's a distinguished adventurer, a traveler. There are rumors he may be a pirate, but I don't trust him.
What motivates this man? Do you know? Is it money? Is it information or something else? I would like to know.
His motivation is gold, to my best understanding. He's an easy man to buy.
Understood. Thank you once again for your kindness to our people.
Thank you again. This conversation was a pleasure.
I toss him 5 points.
Welcome.
Just a 5. 5 point piece.
Okay. Hey, thank you. Good luck with Malzair.
Thank you. We'll meet again. I'm going to head off in the direction that it pointed me to meet up with Captain Malzair. I'm going to maintain my light pheromone cloud around me at this time. I'm going to dissipate a bit of the shadowy shroud, so it's a little thinner to make myself more visible. And you do see this ruddy, dark blue skinned, again, Sirius, but you get a better look at her complexion and you see that she has a few scars in places, possibly from combat, as well as on the exposed arms, and just very strong and serious as she walks uh, with purpose. But the vibe is happy around her.
All right. Again, the town's not running away from you with this vibe of happiness around you. The town does seem to wake up as you travel through it to get back to the ports and try to locate Malzair. Now the ships are starting to unload their goods. The merchants that work the streets are starting to open up their stalls. I'm going to say we're reaching about midday now, so the town's in full flux as people from all walks of life are beginning to gather here. You've even called a few that are closer to you. Some other mutants here and there, just going about their business and passing through from who knows where else in the world. You
Laser focused on my task. I don't even.
Okay.
Might as well have horse blinders on.
Absolutely. Not too long, you do come across Malzair's ship, a massive three-masted vessel. You see a large crew busy at work unloading and loading on crates and barrels. Malzair, the clear captain, is standing next to the ship supervising his crew. He's got very dark, almost olive complexion, unkempt but cut short beard and goatee, long black hair underneath a tricorn hat. He's wearing open front, long jacket, torn pants, and he's just directing them. Very young man, maybe in his late 20s.
I pull my hood back as I approach to look even more approachable, maintaining the lightness. What was the name of the herbalist?
Let's go with Yoko.
Okay. So as I approach, I call out, Captain Malzair.
Pleasure to meet you, and you are?
You may call me Lazuli.
Like the stone.
Like my skin.
Do you mind if I call you Lapis?
That's fine. As long as you're willing to have a conversation with me, I was sent by Yoko. He speaks highly of you.
Yoko, the herbalist.
Yes.
I'll have
I pull out some ginseng, the ginseng he gave me, and I toss it to him.
Ginseng's good for drinks. Keeps the energy up.
Yep. Sure does. So I come bearing a gift, and I would like to have a conversation with you in private, if possible.
Absolutely. Let's get on my ship.
Lead the way. So I'll go up the gangplank, and I follow him to wherever he wants to take me. As far as I'd like to do an insight check, though, I'd like to do a situational analysis check of the ship and the people and see who's looking at me and what's going on.
All right, go ahead and roll.
So, 12 minus 3 for body. So that's a 9 for body. Damn. 17 and a 15. So it's going to be 12 average, which isn't too bad.
12. Yeah, it's not
Great.
too bad.
I'll keep my 3 super points.
You can tell he's a man that cares a lot about appearance. Not so much in looking rich, but everything on his ship is colorful, is designed, it's carved. You get a look at some of the goods they're piling into his ship, and it's not herbs, it's not gold, it's not metals, it's small crafts, small statues, dolls, things like that, tapestries, getting loaded up into the ship. In fact, when he finally gets you into the captain's quarters at the top of the ship, Uh, you see, the inside of his room is covered in all kinds of knickknacks made from materials you've never seen before. Little statues of like animals you could only imagine, just covered the inside of his room. It's almost jarring how busy his room is with all these trinkets. And he
You would
directs you.
certainly not enjoy a room at the monastery.
No, no, no. I, what is what is the opposite of minimalist?
Maximalist, I suppose.
I like that. That's me. That's me.
To each their own. Do not judge. As you probably know by my robes, I'm one of the Brotherhood.
Oh, that illusion. Oh, there.
I come from the monastery.
I've heard of the monastery.
One,
I've never
one
visited
of
it.
the one of the sisters from the monastery who have not had any business with us.
I don't go inland too often.
Fair enough. I imagine a man of your type, as I look around the room, probably doesn't have too much need for monks, religion, and the sort.
Absolutely not.
Very well. I understand that you are motivated by gain. Is this true?
That's not the only thing that motivates me, but it's high up on my list.
I am of meager means when it comes to coin. Could offer you what I have. I pull out a coin pouch. It's got 195 coins in it. Apparently, I've been just holding it, not spending on anything for however many years I've been a monk. People donate every now and then and whatnot. So I do, and I hold it in my hand. I have a proposition, and perhaps if you like to work with me, coin is not sufficient. I have other skills as well.
He makes a motion to move the coin purse away. Tell me of these skills.
All right. I'm going to demonstrate my skill. Uh, I am going to look at him and say, "You're well traveled. You're quite well spoken, but you seem to have forgotten all of your O's." And I'm going to use grammar stammer, and I'm going to delete a chosen letter from this vocabulary
No.
for 1 minute, and it's a mind roll off.
I might willingly fail this. Let's roll up and see where it goes.
Well, you're going to have to play a dude that can't say O's.
It's really comeuppance for the rat queen 4 years
Oh,
ago.
yeah,
It's really
payback.
just payback.
Payback. All right, let's do this. Oh, hell yeah. Finally roll good.
Almost 10.
Woo! A 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I rolled 2 3s -2, so I got a super point.
So he forgets O's. O words or O's?
The letter O.
The
So
letter O.
I posted it in Twitch. A chosen letter for 1 minute.
What are you? You talking about? What did you do? Me?
Don't worry, we'll wear off soon. Just a demonstration of one of my many skills.
End it now, please.
I use a quick action to go ahead and end it as players can end their powers. It says so in the core rule book.
That
So
was impressive, Lapis.
it's just a Little taste of what I can do.
All right, all right. You got me sold.
So, do you want to tell me what you need first, or would you like for me to tell you what I need?
So you can make people lose their tongue. That's called. Would you be willing to travel with me?
I could be persuaded to travel with you for a certain amount of time.
All I could ask. I'm not in the business of holding prisoners.
Would 1 month of my service suffice?
Give me 2.
How about this? Let me tell you what I want, and then we can decide how long my services would be required.
Deal. Carry on.
Very good then. So, a thief stole a valuable object from the monastery. They're due to be traveling this direction and will surely be looking for passage out of this place. I would like you to be the one that provides the passage.
And where am I to take them?
Simply out into the water. I will do the rest.
This person, this thief, they are not royal in any way.
No, they're interlopers from the outside. The Whiteskins.
Consider it done. I will make my ship the cheapest tomorrow.
Yes,
direct
perhaps
them
you
here.
can meet them on their way in. Maybe be the first one that they speak with.
It's a good plan. Till then,
Here's a description, and in fact, I hand him a small wooden carving in the likeness of Caitlin. This is the individual you're looking for. You'll surely be traveling with some people of your type.
did you make this?
Yes, as I made this, I pull out my nunchucks, and as I made these, and I pull aside my robe, see my very finely carved kunai nunchucka.
Why didn't you show me that? I need that more than I
Oh,
need a mage.
many people can carve. Many people can do such things, but not many people can do the other things that I can.
Yes, but this has value.
Certainly.
He puts it over next to some of his other smaller figurines. Right. Make yourself home on my ship. And feel
I'll
free.
tell you, I'm looking at them. I'm starting to kind of consider a place where I'm being appreciated versus a place where I'm used as a tool and just like more critical than appreciation. So I'm like getting a first taste of like,
Could really drive it home. Let me tell you about Darth Plagueis the Wise.
yeah, exactly. No, I seriously, it's feeling that way. Like, cause I'm like, legitimately, as this character, as I've become this character, I'm like, this guy's praising me and valuing me and like wants me and said, yeah, you can come with me if you want. And so I've got freedom, but he's also respecting me. This is different. This is a different feeling. Well,
Right.
I appreciate you being willing to work with me.
An easy task. The trade is fair.
I will be aboard the ship, waiting in the shadows for us to get far enough away from land. Then I will enact my plan. I will let you know if there's any parts that I need you to help with.
Consider it a deal. Make yourself at home.
Very good. And in case you were wondering, this lady, she's not worth your compassion or your concern. She's forfeited that.
Give me a mind check.
All right, I'm using my light Stroud, so I have advantage
Okay.
on the charisma based check. If you could let me know what I need to beat, I might use super point to reduce that if I have to. But I rolled a 5.
Okay, it was standard 10 challenge.
Oh.
He, as you say that, you feel you see in his face that he is convinced that you as a monk wouldn't lie to him, and you as someone who is struggling to deal with him would lie to him. But you do get the feeling that as he marks that, just from the read you've gotten on him, that if it does turn out you're lying to him, he would not be a good guy to have against you.
As I said, these individuals stole from the monastery after befriending us. Betrayal.
Understood. I have no love for thieves.
This would be as if you stole from our dear friend, the herbalist, Yoko.
Then I may help you with the stabbing.
Perhaps stabbing will not be necessary. We will see. Also, kind of, the first try to joke, I kind of motioned to my nunchucks.
He pulls his coat to the side and he's got a musket, like a blunderbuss, on his belt.
So maybe no stabbing. I give an attempt at like a humorous smile.
Yeah. So you both share awkward smiles. as people who have just met each other trying to talk about murdering someone.
All right. Well, I'll remain aboard the ship.
I will see you soon.
All right. I'm gonna find a good place on the ship. There's other crew aboard, or is it just him?
There's other crew aboard. I'm gonna say he has 12 men in his company to help him maintain the ship, unload and load goods. They too lack a mix of gentlemen from around the world. You're seeing some that are obviously from your land. You're seeing some that match Malzare's look, more of a tanned body, a darker skin complexion, and you see some that look really close to Caitlin. You would think they might be from wherever her ancestral land is, out to the west. But they all seem to be working together, and they all do seem to follow Malzare's lead. He's earned these men's loyalty.
I want to specifically scan the crew for any concerns, if I can.
All right, that's good. Let's get that. We'll get that, and then we'll go ahead and skip ahead unless you have anything else planned to once she's aboard the ship.
9. That's going to be a 6. So 5.5 for a situational analysis is getting a read of the ship's crew. So yeah, really good.
You've seen a few things happen to where again there's a lot of respect for the captain. But you start to see where those rumors of being a pirate come from, as occasionally they slip into almost a thieves' cant, like a language where Malzare say something that sounds a lot like nonsense to you, but they seem to respond to it. And you begin to see a lot of things on this ship that mark themselves as the possession of some kind of.
What do they say?
You can speak any language, can't you? Because of the linguist.
I speak and understand all spoken languages as a linguist.
You hear that's Navy property. Make sure the symbols can't be read. You hear we have guests aboard the ship, so this will be a quiet journey until they're done. You hear discussions on we're going to avoid any major trade routes because we know we're being followed.
I'm not letting them know I know what they're saying, by the way.
But
I'm just listening.
You're keen and real heavy where Malzare is basically like, we're gonna play it cool on this trip, and then we're gonna get down to the dirty stuff afterwards.
Okay. All right. And I'm gonna lock that in my back pocket and just not play that card for a while. That yes, I can speak and understand all spoken language.
Nice. Nice.
Man, what a cool fucking ability. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to wait until the crew is not in a certain area. I'm actually going to. I would have directed the captain to give them a specific quarters. I'm going to be in the closet, shadow shrouded, uh, hiding in whatever nook is the best nook in that room, uh, where I'm just going to meditate and wait.
Um, you meditate, so go ahead and give yourself the bonuses you get for uh, what is it? Weird trip.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't even thinking that, but that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So I put Shadow Welder in there. I'm gonna shroud myself in shadows while I'm meditating. This area is obscured in total darkness. Anybody who come into this shroud, which is just like clinging to me, would be blinded. So I'm using it more at this point to obscure myself in the shadow, rather than it says, yeah, immediate distance. So yes, just right around me. So I'm gonna tuck it in tight on me. Uh, I'm hidden. I It stays indefinitely until I use a free action to dismiss it,
Cool.
and I can teleport from one shadow to another.
There we go.
Uh, um, Within medium range. And what is the rest of that? It's supposed to be. There's supposed to be more information there. Medium range with a movement action.
Okay.
Movement action. That's what I was looking for. All right.
Yeah. Usually,
So
when you're
doing
when
that.
you're when you're posting the text from features, I recommend posting half of it at a time because it does just cut off, and it tends to only cut off like the last sentence or two. So I usually just post two halves.
Dang it! If they could give us a few more words. So weird trip. Enter an uplifting psychedelic state. I'll post that in there. This one's short, so it should all go in for one round, full round action. I get happy visions. I get 1d10 middle points. Immunity to middle point damage for that round, which isn't going to be permanent. But my next roll is going to be a good weird roll automatically. Woo!
All right.
All right. So I am locked in, just full meditation. If anybody as a camera would be looking at me for this show, we're watching. By the time you didn't tell us who was watching last show
I
at the
called
end of
that.
last
I
show.
called that too. I'm gonna remember it this time. I got a note.
Yeah. So whoever's watching would see as the camera goes a total like void where I am, and I'm just tucked into a corner. Actually, probably at like the top corner shadow of the room, so that I'm like ninja up there because I have acrobatics and athletic skills. So I'd be up there and I'd be in my full meditation state, just locked in. I'm sure I've done this at the monastery for much longer
Okay.
periods of time. Yeah,
I
this
like it.
is what I'm doing.
As a
I'm
rank
up in
four,
the
it makes sense you'd be able to do some
yeah.
extraordinary things.
Well, and I literally have a skill in acrobatics and athletics, and I'm
Yeah.
literally a monk. So all this shit fits. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's where I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait up in the top of their lodging in a shadow, shrouded, locked in with that just focused meditation to where whatever I do next is going to be just full focus.
Okay. Um. Give me another roll. Even odd.
I just thought of something that could be a cool rule for a super weird brother. What if in situations like this, not maybe instead of, because I like the way this is because it's only once per short rest, but what if there was a way where you could get an advantage and you could only roll 1d10 instead of two for a check? So the highest you're going to roll is a 10.
I like that.
That's a cool rule.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
let me add that.
maybe that's what advantage should be. Instead of rolling twice, you only roll a single.
That's interesting. That's interesting. If you have advantage, I like that better. I don't like rolling two dice twice.
Yeah,
So when you have advantage, instead you roll less dice. Oh, yeah,
I like that.
that's way better for super weird because that's the whole point is to roll lower. So that actually makes sure your cap will be 10
Yeah,
on that.
and
Wow.
that means having
Cool.
advantage is going to matter a lot more too.
Yeah, advantage is going to be clutch, and then people, your enemies will have advantage on a lot of certain shit too. Wow. Yes, because I feel like there shouldn't be as much randomness once you're really good at something. That your ceiling should be lower, or as far as bad, or your floor should be higher, or whatever basement should be higher, however you want to say it. But it does make sense that you have a much better chance of succeeding. So I really like that. Yeah. So we'll leave this how it is. Uh, but we'll change advantage to rolling 1d10. Oh, yes. I have really honestly had a bit of a problem with us rolling 2d10 and then rolling 2d10 again. It feels like
Yeah,
too much dice.
but knocking
Uh,
it down to just a single D10. Now we're dropping what would be 4 dice on an advantage down to just 1 dice, which
yeah,
is going to make things quicker.
especially when you're rolling against somebody.
Yeah,
Both of those are doing like minimize to the most dice you're ever rolling too.
yeah,
Oh, I like
I
that so
like it.
much.
I
Oh,
like
that's
it.
so good. Good call, brother. Yeah, I was thinking just make it conditional, but making that the rule. Yeah, 1d10. Ooh, that makes so much sense. Holy shit. That's a clutch change right there. All right. So I'm just posted up, fully taking in the scene, locked into the scene, and just waiting.
Okay. I needed that roll, even odd.
I forgot about that because I got so excited about the new fucking tool update. Holy shit. This is why we are playtesting. Like you read, playtest, playtest, playtest. Holy shit. Even.
Even. So that's bad.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So,
Can I re-roll the super point?
yeah.
Can I try?
Yeah. You can re-roll with a super point.
Because I have 4 super points. I'm going to keep 3. Damn it.
And take 2 super points for the RP with Malzair and this plan to trick her into getting on the ship where you can have a better way of getting her. I thought you were gonna ambush her on the
Thank you,
path.
brother.
So
Yeah, thank you. I love doing shit like this. You tell I end up playing characters a lot that hatch plans.
yeah, you're a schemer. Um,
Yeah.
you hear Malzair's voice outside the door to the room. No, you really should stay in this room, and your men can stay in the bear. And no. I have chosen what room I will stay in. There are plenty of other ships to choose from, and you made a good push at making sure your ship was the one I chose. So I will pick my room, and my men will stay in this room, unless I need to find another vessel, Malzair.
Ooh, okay.
Ah, fine. Your men can stay in this one. You hear him purposely make loud footsteps to alert you to this conversation. I'll move you one room down. That one's open. On the other side of the way. Is that fine, Miss Caitlin? Yes. I will do Malzair. You hear the door open and you hear multiple footsteps as some men enter the room. And then you hear Malzair and Caitlin move further down, one down. You can see from the shadows in here. So you see that 6 men, the brigands that live in the area
Yeah.
surrounding the monastery, have now moved into the room. And they all immediately begin to sit down and take off their boots, and just kind of rest against the wall. 2 of them call the bed. They lay long ways across the bed, and kind of just begin chatting. Just some talk about how much they're looking forward to seeing a new world, how they've been promised riches by Caitlin,
Mm-hmm.
how
Mm-hmm.
some of them plan that if they get a chance, they're going to take the jug themselves. And then you hear him say, "There's no way you would even try. She would ace you, even if you made an attempt at it." They seem to be fearful of her, but hanging on because she's promised them riches. They do not appear to have a jug with them.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for them to get like settled in and watch for a while. I'm not gonna wait for them to be. Yeah. I'm gonna wait till they go to sleep.
All right. Um,
Just fully meditating.
you feel the ship begin to move away from the dock, as it goes to leave this evening. They begin to get ready for bed. They've discarded their weapons. and they've put them over at the corner of the room. They've taken their shoes off. The two that called the bed are now laying a long ways on it, while the rest have taken like knapsacks and junk and kind of pile it into a pile to use as a pillow. So right outside the closet you're staying in, to the left and right, you have two men. You have two on the bed, and then just on the other side of the bed, leaning up against the wall, you have the final two men.
Do I see anything other than their equipment, their personal equipment? Do I happen to see something that could be what they stole?
Like if they stole anything from the monastery?
Well, they stole the sake, so I
Yeah.
imagine they're carrying it in something, and so I'm looking at what they're having and seeing if they might be storing the stolen good in here,
The
or if it's
the sake jug, I'm going to say, is large, like big enough to where you could store like a basketball in it. It's clear they
yeah.
don't have the sake jug.
Okay, okay, yeah. I was assuming it would be with the boss. All right. So once they look like they're sleeping, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trigger my mood shroud to a dark shroud. So that's just around me. That's not going to affect them yet. So I've got a darkness shroud. I'll post that for you. So they, when they are within the shroud, so when they're within immediate distance, they're going to be anxious, agitated, and I'll have advantage on mind checks against them. So I'm just going to keep that, and that's perpetually. So that cloud just stays around me, and I can change it to light or dark, so it's just always there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the next feature for pheromonal, which is cloud control, and I'm actually disperse a cloud of mood altering pheromones. So I'm going to like spread my pheromones among the sleeping assholes here. It's going to have a short radius, which is actually 30 feet. I'm hoping that'll consume this room. 30 feet from me, so like 60-foot diameter circle. So I assume this room's not more than 60 feet.
No, not at all.
So for 1 minute, and I'll post this, it can be light or darkness. I'm going to do darkness. So basically, for 1 minute, unfriendly creatures within the cloud suffer the agitated condition, and they're frightened when entering the cloud or starting their turn. So they're definitely automatically agitated, but with mind roll offs, if they fail, they will be frightened. Uh, and the very last thing I'm going to do in this chain of quick events, because that was a standard action. So standard action to disperse the cloud. So this is all happening within 10 seconds. And then, oh, it's only a quick action. It's perfect. The last thing I'm going to do on this turn, as all this shit's happening at once, is uh, use my linguist ability. And I'm going to choose. Did any of them look like a leader or special in any way, or are they all just grunts?
They're all grunts, but if you had to pick one out of them who would more than likely command the group, there was a larger gentleman. He was the one that was saying he was gonna like steal the jug. The rest of them kind of called him out on it. He would be the leader, I guess.
Okay. So I'm going to target him. And then I'm going to sit back and watch chaos ensue. And I'm going to attempt to swap two words in his vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be the words I and you. Needs to be a mind roll off for him.
Okay.
And then everybody needs to do a mind roll off to see if they're frightened.
I'm going to do. I'm going to do a mind roll off for him separate. I'm gonna do theirs together at disadvantage, if that's fair with you.
Sure. So the mine roll off is going to be an 8, unless that's not good enough. Then I'll.
No, that's fantastic. They got a 15. You immediately, and that's all of them, so they're all agitated, including the leader.
They're all
Um,
feared.
oh, that's right. Yeah,
They're
they fail. They
they're
go feared.
automatically activated. Yeah.
You see them all get up and start kind of huddling around, including the leader. The ship just don't feel right. No, I feel like somebody's breathing in my ear. Like there's someone else here, watching us. And the leader steps forward. Let's see if you manage to get that switch off. Mine roll off to see if it's word switch.
Okay. Oh.
15.
Okay. 10. Have fun.
They need to leave. You feel
Well,
like,
technically, brother, it would just be the words "I" and "you."
okay, so it's not
You
just
well, whenever he
Okay.
says "I," he says "you" instead,
Okay.
and whenever you say "you," he would say "I" instead.
You think we need to leave. You don't trust this place. How do I feel? Boss, are you okay? You're talking weird. Like he's possessed. Like you're possessed. You're not possessed. I might be possessed.
Oh shit!
I'm going up top. I'm gonna sleep on the deck. Fine. You'll follow. They begin as a group to move out of the room and file to the top of the deck in fear that their room's haunted.
We forgot to do one thing, brother. We forgot for my next roll to be a
Weird success.
weird win, a weird win, and that would have been the roll to to fear them.
So let's do this then. With a weird win. You switch his words up. And as you feel your power go into his mind, start messing with his vocabulary, you get a sudden burst of energy. Something about being on this ship and something about feeling more in place here than you ever did in the monastery just invokes this power within you. You're not just going to have him switch I and you. You're going to somehow convince this man. Actually, tell me how you make this man convince himself and the rest of his team the best option they have is to jump off the ship now before they're too far away from the coast.
I'm gonna start. In their special language from the shadows, I'm gonna start chanting the most disturbing shit like ship needs you. Stay here. Go down to the bowels, be digested by it. I'm gonna like use the language that nobody else should know from the fucking shadows, and I'm just gonna hit them with it, nightmare style.
All right. That with your weird success. They all go to the door at the same time, and it's almost like a what's it called? Crush. As they all try to get to the door at the same time. The big dude manages to push through it. And they all spill out into the hall, creating this racket as they kind of move up the walls and begin to clamber up the stairs onto the deck. And you hear in quick succession 6 splashes.
Oh, I love this fucking linguist power, dude. Especially combined with this other shit.
It's pretty cool. You could have rolled. I don't think you could have rolled better features for a tricky like monk, like shadow monk, like legitimately.
All right. I'm pretty cold and calculating.
Okay.
So I don't really have concerns about injuring this thief, this fake friend. So knowing that they create a lot of racket, I'm immediately gonna jump down. I'm shrouded in shadow and I'm shrouded in mood, shroud, dark pheromones. So as the camera watches, it's this figure of complete trailing darkness. It's like in Lord of the Rings, the ones that were hunting the Wraith. I'm fucking wraithing because it's the pheromones and the shadow shroud that are like trailing behind me as I walk with this intense, deadly purpose. Because as much as I resent the monks, that's my home, and they came into my home and they stole something from us. And this isn't just me getting this back. I'm sending a message to others who might think of doing the same shit. So I'm fully walking directly towards the door of this individual, and I'm going to wait at the door for her to open it when she hears the racket.
All right.
I'm going to hold a kunai stab in the gut.
At the door.
The thing is,
give me a body,
I
give me a body
I
check.
could avoid combat. I like, so I scheme and I plan to where it's not necessary for combat, but I want to do combat. So there's times where I'm just going to be like, I don't fucking want to fight them. So, so because I want to always avoid combat, that's shitty.
Yeah.
So what do you want
don't-
from me, brother?
Don't worry, we're gonna have a combat. We're just gonna see who comes in, who starts it off with the upper hand here. I
Right.
want a body check for your stealth. As you move through this old ship with creaking floors. Even though you are obscured, you're not hovering.
Can I use my acrobatics and athletics to give me advantage?
Absolutely. So roll 1 die.
But God, that's such a better rule. Holy shit. That's
Oof.
like literally game changing.
I'm rolling so shit. You got a 5?
How did we not think of that earlier? Yeah, I rolled a 5. It makes so much sense.
So let's do this. So you get a surprise round.
Hell yeah.
As the door opens, you see Caitlin, but there is something very different about her. She has a mask on that obscures most of her face, with eyes painted all over it. And the mask and the eyes seem to almost move a strange pattern across her face, almost like the eyes are fighting for position.
Many-eyed.
You see beyond her a crate large enough to carry the sake jug. And okay, excellent. You get the surprise round. Take a first round of action, and then we're gonna roll initiative. As your face to face with her, and she immediately goes, "You."
She sees this shadowy, badass figure. It's going to be pretty much dark black shadow, but with this like bluish tint to it, as this like roiling shadow form. And I lunge out with one of my carved kunai, and I want to attempt to stab her in the gut. I'm going to reroll. Is a 5 good enough?
Yes. I got a 12, so 7 points difference. That should be a major wound.
2 hit points, yeah. Yeah, major one.
I'm learning.
Learning it, yeah. It's just every 5 points. We finally had a critical last Sunday. That was wild.
That was cool.
Wow.
From the ultimate roller, Caden himself.
You know what? I want to check this ability, man, because this condition, rather, because I'm technically hidden while I'm in this shadow form, so I might have advantage. Hidden condition. So advantage on body checks to hide and sneak. So I should have got an advantage on that. Opponents have disadvantage on action and counter checks, attack, action, and counter checks. So no, it doesn't give me advantage. The reasoning behind that is I'm not going to be able to hit somebody better because they can't see me. necessarily, but they're going to have a harder time hitting me or dodging me. So he does have disadvantage.
Okay.
So what do we do for disadvantage? 3d10? We can't do that because then it'd be up to 30.
Yeah.
The disadvantage is rolling twice.
Yeah. All right. So anything else this round?
Do we want to consider adding a d10 for disadvantage instead of rolling 4 dice and rolling 3? That's fitting
No.
better with our 1 dice system. Because it doesn't matter. It does. Here's the thing: it doesn't matter if our numbers go higher.
It's fair.
Really,
And it does give you all
It's
it really does is it just it ups the ceiling for failure by adding another die, really, because you're just adding another chance of up to +10.
oh, and that could have a huge effect in combat, though.
Yeah, because now
Yeah, we
now
don't
you're
want to
looking
do
at
that.
your max difference could be up to like
25,
yeah, 25.
30, yeah, 29.
Um,
So yeah, we don't want that. So we'll just disadvantage will stay. You just roll twice.
Yeah.
Take the worst one, and advantage will be just roll 1 die. Man, it'd be cool if we could figure out a better way for disadvantage. Maybe we'll think about it. Maybe we'll think about it.
where was I? Oh yeah. So the surprise action, you stabbed. Were you gonna do anything else? And you get it.
Did
You
you
get her
roll a
good.
disadvantage? Did you roll a disadvantage for them to see if I did any better, if they did any
I
worse?
did not. All right, you're right. I should though. One moment. 14. So I think the
Okay,
damage is still the same.
same because yeah, they got 5. So it was one away from being 1 more point though.
Yeah.
Would have been it was 9. So as a reminder, I've also got the darkness shroud, and they're within immediate distance. So they're anxious, they're agitated, and I have advantage on mind checks against them.
And should we go ahead and do
Wow,
that? Should we go ahead and do that mind roll off to see if they're frightened?
this isn't the one that does frightening. So the
Okay.
one that does frightening is cloud control. That's the other feature. This
Okay.
is feature 1, which is mood shroud. Mood shroud is just clinging to me as I'm moving. The
Okay.
other one was an area of effect.
Okay.
A bit. Yeah. So they're different. They do like the same thing, similar, but in a different way. So the darkness of this one doesn't do a fear, but it does agitate them automatically, and it does give me advantage against mind checks against them.
Yeah, and they're vulnerable to MP damage and cannot regain MP. All right.
Yep.
Per
Yep.
action.
While they're agitated. Yep. They're vulnerable. Yep. That's right. All right. So the rest of my turn, the stab was the standard action. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is use my movement action to teleport behind. And then I'm going to use my offhand attack to stab her in the back. This is what you did to us.
Disadvantage roll is going to be a 12 again.
I roll 3 on the dice. That's going to be a filthy, nasty one.
Nasty one. That 3 minus 12, 9. That's 1 damage. Right?
What did they roll?
12 again.
So that's a difference of 11, brother. That's 3 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
Remember, at 5, it's 2 points, and at 10, it's 3.
All right. As you teleport behind her, you see these eyes continue down the back of her head. She spins around. The first thing you see is that cut you made stops bleeding. Her skin
Great.
tends to sinew over and heal itself.
Uh-huh. Certainly, of course. Fucking regeneration. Are you serious?
Yes, you see,
Damn it.
it's generation. The first thing she's going to do
Boo.
is all the eyes open, the pupils shrink, and you feel them bore into you through your own
Uh-huh.
eyesight. We're gonna use stare down. So it's a mind roll off.
Have advantage
Have advantage. Let's see,
because of mood shroud.
creatures agitated as long as it's being stared down. Um, identify useful detailed vulnerability. I'm not going to worry about that. On a failed roll off, you suffer MP damage and are frightened for as long as you're being stared down. So mind roll off. Again, you're at advantage. Am I at disadvantage? Or are you
No.
just at advantage? Okay.
Yeah, I got 4. Well, you are agitated, so you are at disadvantage. Yeah. You have disadvantage on. Wait, didn't it just say mind checks for MP damage for agitated? Isn't that all it is?
Yeah,
So you might not.
it says on a failed
Okay.
mind roll off, the creature suffers MP damage and is frightened.
Oh, I'm talking about the agitated condition, brother. Vulnerable to MP damage and unable to gain Reiki. So you don't have
Yeah.
disadvantage on.
Okay. Okay. In that case, it was a. I think you still beat me. It was a 6. You
4.
said you got 4.
I rolled really well.
All right, and that was their standard action. So they're going to. They stare down. You resist. Why are you trying to stop me? You don't even like being in that place. She's going to step forward, and with a dagger that's got a way different design than any of you've ever seen from your land. It's more very triangular, pointed, quick, piercing more than slashing. She juts forward with it. Now this would be me at disadvantage, you at advantage.
Yeah, because I'm hidden. So the idea is that there's a shroud like 5 feet around me, so she can't really see exactly where I am in there, right? So that's the
9.
what's going on. I rolled a 9 on the dice, so it's a 6.
All right, miss. She goes past you. It is back to your action.
I might not love it, but it's my home. Taking what does not belong to you, you and your kind, for too long, and make an example of you. At this point, seeing this healing bullshit, I'm
I was
gonna
so lucky I got
eat.
that one on the roll.
I'm gonna expand my cloud control. So I'm gonna use cloud control. What it looks like is an expansion of my shroud that's already around me. Disperse a cloud of mood altering pheromones in a short radius, 30 feet around. This is the one that does the fear. It lasts for 1 minute. It's a mind roll off. She's at disadvantage. If Why am I thinking she has disadvantage on mind roll offs? There's something. Yeah. Oh no, I have advantage on mind checks against. So I would be at advantage. That's what it is.
Okay.
For mood shroud,
Okay.
that gives me advantage against on mind checks.
Okay, so I'm not at disadvantage, and I'm just making a mind check to avoid being frightened. I'm automatically agitated.
Yeah, you're already agitated, and you'll be frightened if you fail the mind roll.
6.
6. I rolled a 6, but then minus 2,
Damn.
4.
Damn.
Yep, I'm getting you. I'm getting so frightened. Is you have disadvantage on all checks for this minute. You must use all your movement action to flee from me. I'll RP how I fucking play this out. I remain frightened as long as she's within medium distance of me. And at the start of each turn, she does get a chance to mind roll off to break it. So it's not that OP to where she's
Okay.
just fucked. So I added that in. We kind of added that in later after we realized like we don't like just something that's too OP and just lasts too long and it ends it and nobody has a chance anymore. So the way I'm going to play this off is it's going to be similar in a way to how I frighten the others, and I'm going to just gonna start using their own cant, their own internal language that she doesn't know I know. Or oh no, that's for the pirates. So that was different. So I use more of like the pirate cant for them. So for her, the way that this is going to look is that out of the shadow is going to come. You're far from your home. You have nobody with you. You do not belong to this place. You're not welcome here. You should join the others in the waters. Swim your way back to where you belong, which sounds like it might just be hell.
Get out of my head. Um. So, let me know when your turn's done. Does she make another save at the beginning of her turn?
It's going to be at the start of each turn.
Okay.
So that would have taken from me my standard action. So as she goes to back away, I'm getting another stab in with my quick action offhand.
Oof.
Can I
11.
already rolled? I beat you, but I just at the last minute thought about something I want to do. So I don't know if you'll allow it. It's a free action. So hell yeah. So after that attack, which lands, I rolled a 10. No, 9. Well, 9. Uh, that's just one more hit point as I jab it in. And I turn it, pull it out, and then I'm gonna use a free action to manifest a weird power.
Oh shit.
And I have 5 super points. So let's go ahead. I thought I knew what I wanted to do, but now I'm looking through them to see if something else might jump out
Bro,
at me.
welcome to my life when I'm playing Gene. As a weird power master, like anytime
Uh-huh.
something's happening that I don't need to be paying attention to, quote unquote, I'm like going to the core rule book, like which one do I want to try, and then I'll decide on something, and then something small will change. You'll add something new to the scene, and then I'm like, okay, maybe I want to do this instead.
Yeah. Right. So I think, damn it, you're right. There's too
So many
many.
choices. You want to do?
Ah!
You want to use the house rules just in the book? You want to roll random and see what weird power you get?
Yeah, fuck it. That's a good idea. Okay. This is going to be interesting how this plays out. Let me see if I can make.
See what kind of weird shit you get. Hulking again?
I'm going to use, and this works actually so well. I randomly rolled Dreamwalker. So I'm going to use that first feature, Library of Dreams. And I'm going to actually go into a trance for a second and just have this menacing presence over her as I just eyes back in the head, or like just boiling blue smoke out of the eyes. As I go into a trance for a moment, is going to be how I'm going to end my turn. And that's going to be the next part of my next turn. It's going to take a full round action. So I'm going to start doing it now, and then I'm going to continue in just this stance as I'm just this frightening presence, and then I lock into this swirling blue dream like meditation for the moment.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll her mind roll off to see if she shakes off the frightened.
Versus me.
Actually, first, she heals. So you see the wound you made close up.
She's at disadvantage on all her rolls while she's frightened, brother.
Yes. Well, she's not right, but it's not a roll. The healing factors automatically
But not the
recover.
healing. I'm talking about for the roll. I'm just
Oh,
talking about for the roll.
yeah. I knew that.
Yeah, okay. When she rolls to break the fright. And I have advantage because of my shroud. So she's at disadvantage and I have advantage. And I randomly rolled this character, everybody. No, I did not make an OP character and plan to fucking do all this shit. This is all random.
I got 10.
So I rolled an 8 on the dice because I only had to roll one
God,
die.
that was
So
close.
thankfully, because
If I hadn't
imagine if I had
if
to
I
roll a
hadn't had
second die.
disadvantage, I would have made that. My other roll was a 5.
I got a 6. I got a 6.
Ah.
So yeah, and I would have rolled shitty because I rolled an 8 on one die.
So,
So chances are I would have rolled high.
so as you enter your state to access the dream library or whatever, however this manifests for your character, because I'm sure it might not necessarily be a library. You hear her like scream, and she looks at the crate behind you, which is about the size of the sake jug. But she darts over to you and immediately decides she can't run for that because you're in the way. You teleported between her and the crate. She cannot move towards that crate, even though she wants to. She clearly wants to. She backs out the door, and you hear her run down the hall, heading for the deck of the ship. Um,
All right.
she does scream out, "There's a demon on the ship. 50 gold to any man who will help me slay it."
Okay. Yeah. Is my turn yet?
That's going to be your turn. I'm gonna roll to see if she gets any allies while you're doing what you're doing.
Well, this might affect your roll, brother, because I'm going to use my free action to call out in their language.
Oh, there can't.
In their
Shit.
language. Uh, the demon is the one who's fleeing. Catch the golden-haired fire, and more gold than she promises will be yours.
All right. I like that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make her roll at disadvantage for how many allies she gets in this because of that.
All right.
Uh, you hear one voice from above. "I'll do anything for gold. I'll kill anybody. And I saw you first."
All right. So, is it my turn now?
Yes, your turn.
Within my mind, I have entered this trance-like, dreamlike state for the moment where I see the world around me with like a filter to it, where the non-corporeal beings, non-sentient beings, and like walls and the part of the ship and the water are kind of bland, but people glow in different colors and they have different auras. The aura of the captain is like this vibrant yellowish, very very robust, more of like chaotic in a way than evil. Some of the crew are different various colors. The one that said I'll do anything for gold is this dark kind of sickly red, and the energy coming off of the ladies like this I would say kind of purplish deep dark color of just betrayal and decay inside of her, where it's just greed focused. I see strings splitting off of each of these people's souls, and I find the string that's splitting off of Caitlin's soul, and I tug at it, and I witness her dreams. So, what I need to do is I need to roll 2d10. The lower the result, the more useful the information, and you decide, brother, what that is. So, I'm gonna reroll. Can I reroll? Ooh, I have 2 super points. Okay. So it was a 9.
Okay.
What I'm looking for is some type of private piece of information, something I can tug at, something I can throw at her that is going to blow her mind and further enrapture her in this fear of me.
Okay, what did you roll?
A 9?
A 9. You recover a memory of hers. Nine's good. It's not great, but it's good. She's in a classroom with a bunch of other kids her age. You see that she's probably early teens in this, very young. Um, and a man is addressing her and all these other children. Do not understand. There are demons in this world, and if you sin, if you do anything wrong, they will find you. They will drag you to hell. They know that you have done wrong. They can smell it. And you see her and all the other children sucking this shit up. Um, that is what you recover. Is a very ingrained memory in her of being told from a very young age that there are demons in this world that know when they do wrong.
Sweet. Cool. Nice, brother. Well done. I love it. So, a couple things. With that information, I'm going to slowly. Well, that was my whole turn. Store on deck.
All right, back to her. She doesn't need to heal. So we will roll. Please get out of fear. Still at disadvantage. Wait, is it a disadvantage because she's now away from you? Is she still being affected by that?
So, her movement speed, she would now, I don't think she would have been able to get all the way out because it's a medium distance, 100 feet. So, she has a short movement speed. She could increase that to medium if she used her movement and her action last turn.
Yeah, she didn't do anything last turn aside from yell.
So, she would be at the edge of it. If she moves again, she'll be out of it.
Okay, so
But
she's
she'll be.
she's still disadvantaged this round. Okay.
I mean, it's up to you. You're the GM. So the way it reads is within medium distance. She would have gotten medium distance. Exactly. So to me, she's still within medium distance.
Yeah.
She's at the edge of it. So it's your call.
No, that tracks for me.
I could see it going either way.
That makes sense to me.
I could see it going either way.
Damn. 9.
But she does have a chance to break it. She's not within immediate distance of me anymore, so I don't have advantage.
Okay.
So
That
I
disadvantage
rolled
really
2 5s.
kills. Oh shit.
I rolled 2 5s, but -2.
Yeah. 8.
So 8.
Damn, beat me by 1. My first roll again was a 5. Before taking out skill points.
Yeah, frightening shitty, but at least you get to attempt to save. The thing is,
Yeah.
you're rolling at disadvantage. So you got a chance, but it's not a great chance. You know.
All right. You hear her continue to move away as she continues to rest for action. Now we'll say she's actually up the stairs on the deck. We're gonna go back to you.
All right. Any word on the dude that was gonna fight with me?
You heard
Fight,
not.
fight with her.
You heard nothing.
Okay. I'm gonna remain shrouded in my shadow. I'm gonna use my movement We were like fighting in the doorway of the room. So I imagine I can see the direction she went.
Yeah, you can see out to the hall. You can see the door that's open that you came out of, that you scared the guys out of. All the other doors are closed, or maybe just beginning to open as the crew's starting to awaken to some of this. And you see a wooden staircase leading up to like a shaft of moonlight, passing down into the hole.
And that's where she ran up.
She ran up there.
So I'm going to look as far as I can see to the top of the case. I'm going to use my movement speed to teleport to the shadows from my shroud to the shadowy area. Uh, is that I can see that's closest to where she went.
Okay. So I'll say you get up to just underneath probably like on the edge of the stairs, right before it meets that shaft of moonlight coming in through the opening. So you can see kind of out of the opening, but without sticking your head out, you can't really see like a full look around.
Yeah.
I'll say you vaguely see her shadow maybe as it's casting itself across like the mast or something.
Okay. In that case, I will. That was my movement. I'm going to meditate for a moment. And I'm going to focus on the vibrations around me of sound. And I'm going to tune my own vibrations with those. And I'm going to silence. Oh, I can't see him though. I can't target him. Fuck. I thought it said all creatures. Man, it's making it shitty that I can't see anybody. I might have to use my action to continue up the stairs. Okay, I've got myself shrouded in shadow. I've got myself shrouded in darkness, mood shroud. So I'm going to bring that with me as I am just going to use my action to uh, increase my movement and move up the stairs.
Okay. As you crest the stairs, make a body roll off for me at advantage due to your shadows as the guy she has hired to help her uses his held action for when someone moves out of the portal and shoots a shot using his musket at you.
Okay. I do have my quick action still.
All right.
So my turn's not over.
Okay. Okay.
I rolled a body check of a 4 on the dice.
Woo.
I rolled a 1.
Dang.
A
Your dice.
stanky, filthy 1.
Your dice are loving you tonight. My dice are hating me. So
They are.
as you crest before you take a quick action, a shot goes off and misses you wide. You hear it hit the mast behind and splinter some of the wood. Ah, damn! I missed.
All right. So I'm about to have some more fun with Linguist. Okay. I want to swap the words yes and no of Caitlin, the mind roll up.
All right.
I'm going to use my last super point. No, I rolled double a second ago. Got one more for this to reroll. Man, my dice. So my dice are loving me. Well, they aren't so happy with me right now. Fuck. The fucking 15
8.
got me. So I lock in, but it's hard because she's not facing me now. She's like been running away, so it's not as good of a lock. So able to shake it off, and that's my turn.
back to hers. She is going to try and shake off that fright.
Wait, did she move her last turn more after when she started her turn? She kept moving, right? So she's out of medium range when she moved.
Okay, that's good.
At the beginning of her last turn, she wasn't, but if she moved further away, she is now.
Okay.
She was.
She did.
Which
She would have
which
kept running.
broke the front.
She has to by the rules of frightened move further away.
Yes.
So she did in that case 8 to try and break the fright.
No, what I'm saying is she doesn't need to.
Oh,
Because if she kept moving last turn, which she did, she got out of the medium range, so she wasn't frightened anymore.
okay. Oh, I see. As long as they're within medium distance of the frightener. Okay, I see. So then she's not frightened, so she gets to act. She is
Yeah, so the
going.
reasoning there, brother, to help you understand it, and anybody that might watch, is as long as the source of your fright is close to you, it's going to be freaking you out. Once you get far enough away, then you can like take a breath, and it's not as effective anymore. So it's like a range based kind of effect, but it's also a minute as well. I think you're muted, brother.
Oh, I was saying I was wondering what I wanted her to do.
I'm listening. We only got. Oh, we got. Do we want to take a? No, it's not time for a break. Right in the middle of shit.
Yeah, no, we might call it a little early tonight. Only because I've had a super long day. But
Oh, it's all good. Man.
we'll keep rolling with this and get to a decent end point. Um, I overlooked something. All right. She is going to again. You see the eyes bolt open. As you crest out of the belly of the ship, and she is going to attempt to stare you down. There's a 16.
8.
Whew. Again, you resist it. You are agitated, however. And she is going to use one of the tricks you learned in the school. She's going to take one of the small daggers out of her waist, and she's going to fling it at you as if it were a kunai.
Oh, was she skill master or something? What's she got going on?
Just a ranged attack.
So she'd be at disadvantage if she's not master with that.
It'd be a 9.
She's at disadvantage anyways because I'm shadow. Shadow. I've rolled a 5 on the dice.
Oof.
That's gonna be a 2.
Dodge that. And then her companion is going to. Muskets take a while to load. I'm going to say he takes a turn to reload his gun, but you do see him preparing to aim at you next time he gets a chance to act. It's back on your turn.
At this point, getting a little fed up with Caitlin here. So I'm going to attempt to silence her. It's a mind roll off. This is where I lock in on the vibrations around me and I match them and I basically do destructive resonance. So I'm going to use my last super point to reroll that. Use the 15.
I got an 11.
That's better. That's better. So I would have failed. I have no super points now, but I rolled a 7.
All right. So something told you beat
So
it.
she's silenced.
Does that mean she can't talk at all?
I mean, she cannot make any noise with her mouth.
Okay.
So that was just a quick action. So that leaves me some options here. I'm going to call out in their language, which they would be very surprised I'd be able to speak. And obvious who the interloper is. This one, ask the captain. And I'm going to attempt to convince them to be on my side. And at the same time, I'm going to say, if you have anything to say to defend yourself, do it. Knowing that she's silenced for a number of rounds equal to my mind score +1. So for 3 rounds, so for 30 seconds, can't talk. Speak for yourself if you have anything else to say other than lies.
So,
And then I'm gonna. I can't hold my action, but I do still have an action, and I'm gonna use it to. Last thing I'll say is, and this one is a traitor to your captain, and I'm gonna chunk a kunai at the dude that shot me.
all right.
Come on, guys.
8.
A 1 and a 2.
Oof.
A nasty 1, brother.
You've had a couple of close calls from getting natural rude successes.
Man.
All right. You hit him. See, I got a 9. You got a 2.
1.
Got a 1.
2 points.
Lands in his shoulder. Yeah, he drops his gun. You begin to hear many of the other crewmates, the ones she wasn't able to rouse earlier, coming to your aid. The men that were up running the deck, trying to keep the rigging going, begin to move towards you. You hear them also starting to cock flintlocks. You see Caitlin, her mask moving as if she's talking, but no sound emitting from it. They all begin to lower the flintlocks in her direction. She is going to see she's outnumbered. She's going to now. I'm
going to slowly walk up. Go ahead.
I'm saying at this point we're out of initiative order, so I'm gonna put the world back in your hands, and we'll probably quit here at about 11. So let's go ahead and start tying this up.
Okay. So, you got our hands up. Paint me a good picture, brother, of this final scene as I look around. What do the men seem to be doing? What's the captain? What's it?
The moon's
Caitlin.
high. The moon's high. But it's a cloudless sky. Caitlin, you can't see much beyond this mask. As her hands are in the air, she realizes she's beat. It's you emerging from the deck. Behind you, a team of 5 of Malzair's crew, all bringing out their flintlocks. You hear the door of the captain's quarters open behind you as you realize this noise has roused Malzair. The other guy has a kunai in his shoulder that he's nursing. He's dropped his gun. He hasn't raised his hand, but he is looking to his crew and to her, realizing that he is also outmatched, but not raising his hands. He lacks the tact. But there you go.
Malzair. I dissipate the shadows from around me. I lighten my mood shroud so that you see a better picture of this ruddy blue-skinned monk lady. I have great respect for you and your men. Please, let me handle this one. I will let you handle your mutinous crew member.
Sounds like a deal to me. Lavis. He makes a motion and speaks to you, Scant, which you hear clearly. Have him walk to Blake. And you see 3 of his men approach the guy with the kunai still resting in his shoulder and begin to take him to the side of the ship.
I ignore that for my full attention. Caitlin slowly walk towards her as her hands up. time for you to leave this place. You're not welcome. Not welcome back. You need to go. Swim home. Tell the others of your kind the same. I'm going to grab the mask and then kick her off the boat into the ocean. And I'm going to try to pull the mask off of her as I kick her off. Right
me-
in the chest.
Give me
Just
a
a
body.
fucking,
Give me a body.
hopefully cinematic ending. As I want that mask as a trophy.
Give me a body at advantage.
Fuck. I roll a 9.
Fuck, I got a 3.
Okay.
I like this. As you pull the mask away from her face, you see that it is writhing. It is secured to her by hooked tendrils.
Ooh.
As you pull it away, you realize this mask is alive. You've heard tales of living armor, but this is the first time you've ever encountered it. And maybe due to the shock, you let go and the mask launches back onto her face. She continues to fall overboard, and as she hits the water, you hear almost like a pin drop. And that's the last you see of her. For now.
So I turn, pull the hood up. As I look over and I see the captain kicking out the asshole off the plank. And as I walk over to them, kind of solemnly, look up at the captain. Where are we headed, Captain?
A place called India. Got spices to pick up.
You've got a few men that can get this back where it belongs. I motion to the sake cask.
We'll be back in 2 months. After all, that's the agreed upon tour of duty.
I suppose they can wait. Although I was considering maybe it'll be a little longer. Let's see how it goes.
We'll say credits begin to roll, listing all the various actors of this multiverse television show. And as the camera pans out, we see Brock resting on a wooden chair, a sweaty towel over his shoulders, drawing of himself in a Power Rangers-esque suit, next to a TV, kind of sitting on the kitchen counter. Love me a good kung fu flick. That was really good.
Awesome.
Good one. I think
The Megaverse cheers.
the lesson I've learned is we may have to start the next game in Media Res with you in the middle of a fight. Or if we really want to do like a full-on combat, I need to
Yeah.
not give
start the middle
you
of combat.
You're
right.
I need to not give you the opportunity to plan it.
Impossible. It's impossible to box me in, brother. You know that.
Yeah.
So even you start me in the middle of combat, I'm gonna like second round. I'm gonna figure out a way to get around the combat.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it's just I'm not a combat guy, so I don't go into combat thinking like I want to knock this person out.
Neither am
I want to kill him. Yeah.
Neither am I. I don't. You know me. I don't really like running combats. In fact, I love the way these last few games have gone. But I know that in order for this to test our system, I guess you're right. But I wanted to do one with where you had more than one target.
More physical combat, but see, that's not the shit I rolled, brother. That's not the shit I rolled for my powers. Was not really for physical combat, you know.
I think you still would have done well. So if that had gone down the way I planned for it to go, it would have been you fighting her and her henchman. Her henchmen I had set up at rank 1. With some of them having martial artist, and some of them having claws, slashing, but that was really just going to be a way to explain like Cestus, little held spikes.
Yeah.
Cool. And then that fight would have gone great because you would have feared her. She'd have ran off, and then would have been you toe to toe with them. They were just scrubs.
Yeah.
But
There was combat. That was, I mean, imagine, put it this way. I mean, you're right. It wasn't rounds of us
right,
fighting physically for round after round, which, yeah, some of that's okay. But imagine watching it happen, like on a show, like we
yeah.
framed it. That's cool. All that shit was badass. Like that. That was a really cool episode.
Once again, I love what we do with just random tables. This shit was dope. I didn't get a chance to reveal that her other power, and the thing I mentioned earlier, I said I missed something.
Mhm.
She had living armor, so she should have only been taking half the damage from those
And healing.
attacks. And
Fuck
healing.
her, dude.
Yeah,
No, there's
no,
no way I'm gonna go toe to
she was a
toe.
beast. No, you handled her
Yeah.
right. You handled her right. Fearing her was I figured the best way for you when you got to her after I rolled her up with my random Swido generator. I was like, she's a tank. I said, Corey will find a way, but the only way to really get rid of her is gonna be to like isolate her and run her off or trap her. I didn't think you were gonna frighten her away, but that worked.
Frighten her, and I got everybody to gang up on her.
Mm-hmm.
And I set the groundwork for that early by getting the captain on my side. So yeah, it worked. I mean, it's like you said, dude, it's crazy what we end up doing from just like zero, nothing planned previously, just with our randomizer tables. That's wild, dude. Because it doesn't feel like a character that I just made today or a game that you didn't fucking plan. Because it all fucking flowed so well. That's crazy.
Yep.
Well, I had fun
As always.
again, bro.
And we'll knock it out again next week. And yeah, I wanted to keep playing till 11:30, but I gotta be up at 7 a.m. To get my car, and I've been up since 7 a.m. this morning. So
All good, brother. Yeah, we got to a good ending, and uh like I said, it was a blast. So next up will be Super Sunday. And then we'll see how our second team fares with our combat sim, our hostage combat sim. That's going to be interesting
who's
because
our
there's a.
who's our second team? Is our second team Ted?
I have to look at my notes, man. I don't have it
Oh, okay.
locked in my brain. But it's each of the supervisors with two of the other.
Right.
So Carbine.
Well, we kept it to the same teams that went on the missions because that's how it worked out. So if next one's Ted, then it's going to be Ted, Sarah, and Mike.
Carbine.
No,
Oh, and Mike.
Carvine was
Oh,
with Gene. It'd be Gene, Carvine, and Grant is the other group.
okay. Yeah, I'm not sure which one's next, but there's some good randomization in that game too. That the GM builds in for different scenarios. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Yep. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for another good Weird Wednesday, brother.
Excellent. Thank you for another good Wednesday as well.
Keep it weird, everybody.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you Sunday.
All right, brother. Uh, well GM'd. Thank you for watching. Anybody watched?